we speak about Zoom, everybody thinks that we are going to now talk about how to frame, how to have your backdrops, and how to basically have a Zoom presence. But today, that is not what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about what happens behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, meaning the powers rest with the tech master. What is the quality of meeting for the guests who don't want a gallery view, who want to be in the speaker view and who do not want any kind of disturbance when they are listening to the speaker? Or for the members who want just their part of the speech, just those 7 minutes cut as a part of their speech, which they probably want to post on their Facebook. And when they post those speeches, hey, Toastmasters International looks good. How to do that? Now, here we're going to talk about what a host will do, what a co host can do, and what are the roles and responsibilities that we, as members of Power Talkers, can volunteer to take up so that we help our members project themselves in a more powerful way. Victor, you have the host access. Can I request you to give me co host access for now? Right now, we have Leon who has co host access, and we have Lee who has co host access. There are some rights there are some things in the Zoom room that only a host can do, and then there are some things that only a co host can do. Now, for example, if you are a co host, you have an option, something called as mute all. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, hold on. Need to share the advanced part. Okay, sorry, seems to be some issue with that. However, so when we go into the participants section, there is an option of mute all. When we click that mute all the participants are naturally muted. Now, Jake was not muted, Victor was not muted. Victor is host, but now even he is muted. The moment we sense any kind of disturbance, just we have to mute all, especially when we are going with a speaker. There again can be a problem. If you mute all, even the speaker can get muted. So what to do in that situation? Jake, can I request you to unmute yourself once? I muted her again. She was not allowed to unmute. You don't have to mute everybody at a time. You can just mute one person at a time. And now I'm going to request Victor to give me the host access. Now a host can make co-hosts, but a co-host cannot make anybody host. So now I'm going to make Robert a co-host, and I would like everyone to unmute themselves and just start creating ruckus so that Robert can mute us all.
And now,
Robert, you don't want a meeting like this. Everybody's disturbing.
the
Mute
final
everyone.
curtain.
The only one muted is Robert.
I want your
Okay. Yes, Robert.
Hold up, everyone. Hold up. I shall mute you all. I shall mute you all. I think it worked.
Congratulations, Robert. Now okay, now I'm the only person who is speaking and you don't want me to speak. You want me to be muted right away. How are you going to do that? You can see the tile on the screen, the square. Just hover your cursor onto that square and you will see a mute option. You will see an option of mute. You click on it and I will be muted. Okay, it's okay. Robert, got it. You got it. You can mute and unmute anybody from now on. I'm taking back your co-host access for now. And now I'm giving the co-host access to Tina. Okay, Tina. Now I would like you to host, I would like you to mute everybody who is kind of creating a ruckus. Who all can you see who are on unmute? And you don't have to unmute yourself for this. Techmaster is the only person who can remain quiet throughout the meeting.
I muted all.
Okay, so Tina, you have muted everyone now. Now I want you to mute Jake alone. Jake, could you please unmute yourself so that Tina can mute you?
Of course I can unmute myself. I can talk all day long. I feel like somebody needs to hear me sing.
Yeah, we don't want to listen to Jake. I'm the speaker. Mute her.
Needs to hear.
Very good, very good. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now there you go. This is how we can actually avoid everybody creating ruckus in the meeting. Sometimes there are Zoom bombers who kind of create that problem. Now the issue is that I am speaking, but when Jake starts speaking, even the fraction of disturbance, she comes in the spotlight. I don't want her in the spotlight. What do I do? Because that's going to create a problem for my video. This is where we give the spotlighting rights. Co-host can spotlight. I have Jake, correct? Who spotlighted Jake right now? Can I? Okay, Victor spotlighted. Okay. And along with, right now I can see the timer has changed her cards. And Jake is still speaking. I add spotlight to the timer. And now I can see the timer as well. So there are two people I can see on the screen right now. And when we are recording the local files, this is how it can get recorded at the same time. Now I would like, who would like to volunteer to learn the spotlighting? No, Victor, you already know how to spotlight. I want someone who is Robert. Okay, Francis. Francis wants to. Okay, so Francis, I have made you a co-host now.
Okay.
I want you to spotlight. Okay, let me first remove spotlight from Neeti. Okay, I want you to hover your cursor over Adriana. You can see Adriana's style. Hover cursor over her. You can see two options, ask to unmute, and there are 3 dots next to her tile. Can you see those 3 dots?
Yes.
Click on those 3 dots.
Okay.
And now you can see a lot of options, ask to unmute, stop video, chat, pin, add spotlight, replace spotlight, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have Jake on the spotlight. And now we have already seen what happens with Jake and Neeti both on the spotlight. So you have an option, you can add spotlight. Okay, so now we have Adriana and Jake, both of them on the spotlight. And who removed Jake from the spotlight?
I'm not sure.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Hold on. Now I want you to hover your cursor over Robert.
Okay.
And I want you to add spotlight, not replace spotlight. Now you have both Adriana and Robert on the spotlight. And now we want both of them off and we want Leon to take in a second. So how are you going to do that? Hover your cursor over Leon's style. Click on those 3 dots. No, yeah, you replaced spotlight, did you?
Yes.
Perfect. That is how you do it. So what happens is when Leon is on spotlight, doesn't matter who is talking, who is creating ruckus on screen, the speaker view, only and only Leon will be seen. Now, another thing is when you click for the first time on those 3 dots, you will first get an option of spotlighting for everyone, and then you will get options for actually adding spotlight or replacing spotlight. Now, the last thing about the recording files, I can see that the time is up, but I'll just finish this one before I take any questions. Okay, all the people who have co-host access, if they click on the stop button, if they click on the pause button, if they do anything in that recording section, the meeting stops recording or meeting pauses recording. But there is a way of recording only those 7 minutes of speech. Okay, we are going to try with Quinn. Quinn, can you click the recording button? Can you start recording the meeting right now?
The host must give me permission first.
Perfect. So in that giving permission, host and co-host can give the access to allow to record local files. There is an option of allowing to record the local files. Now, without disrupting the main recording and the meeting, Quinn can now record. Quinn, are you recording?
Yes.
So now Quinn can record his own speech. He can stop recording his own speech, and at the end of the meeting, he can have only those 7 minutes of speech, which he can then post wherever he likes. We can have all the members who want those rights, given those rights. And because it is right to record the local file, we talk about the core value integrity. So you're requested to just record your own speech, or if you have a very good friend who wants you to record it, you can do that as well. Or in Power Talkers, we can have a dedicated person who will record the 2 prepared speeches or the keynote address or the basic education sessions, which can in turn go on the YouTube channel of Power Talkers, and that will in turn generate good PR for Power Talkers. That this is where speakers are made. And now I would like to take questions if anybody has some questions.
I have a question.
Yes,
This
Jake?
is Jake. Yes, I've noticed Victor does these really cool videos, and I'm always wondering when he does the videos and nobody else from the meeting shows up. Like right now, I see you in the spotlight, but I also see others in the gallery. How does he do that? Do you know?
So usually what happens is we have a habit when we are speaking, we see everyone in the gallery view. If we switch to the speaker view, we have an option of spotlighting. If I have spotlighted myself, it doesn't matter who is asking the questions. I'll be the only one who will be seen. Can you come onto your speaker view?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So do you mean that whoever's on speaker view, that is the only person that's being recorded? And the audience
depends on how you are recording it. For example, if this is what we are seeing, and if you hit the record on this thing, so let me give you the recording rights.
Oh, that's okay. That I get it. So
yeah, no, I have given you the recording rights. You can hit the record button right now. We are talking right now, and you are in the speaker view, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now I am removing you from the.
I did it.
Yeah. No. You are still recording, right?
I'm recorded. I didn't want to mess it up.
Okay. No. Please continue recording, because I'll be showing this thing. You can then share that video with everyone later on.
Okay.
So you are recording right now, and now you are in the speaker view. I have removed you from the spotlight, and now I am here. And now with the recording on, go on to the gallery view.
Okay.
And then see what happens when the final recording comes in.
Okay. I will look at that.
So when the final recording comes in, it will be like a 2-minute recording, I believe, 1.5, 2 minutes. It will give you an idea about what exactly transpires. So
Thank you.
if there is any, can I take one more question? Yes, Lee? Lee, you are on mute.
There you go. If I wanted to record a particular speech, could be my speech or Leon's, is it just recording while that person is highlighted in the speaker view? Is that the only thing that's being recorded? And that turns into a discrete clip?
Now what happens is if we don't spotlight and if somebody speaks in between, then that person, whosoever's sound is more prominent, that person will come in the limelight. That person will be in the spotlight. To avoid that from happening, we spotlight the speaker so that only and only that speaker can be seen in the speaker view. There won't be any disruptions.
And when that speaker stops speaking, does it stop recording when it goes back to the general meeting? If you just want a discrete clip of just the speaker?
So so if you want only those 7 minutes, you start the recording button the moment speaker is introduced, and you stop the recording button the moment the speaker has stopped speaking. So only those 7 minutes or 15 minutes will be recorded.
Okay.
It is basically very important when you are recording Pathways mentoring sessions, when you are recording any of these sessions. Now, I remember first ever speech I heard that Jake had done. It was an amazingly done education session. She was talking about how to conduct a meeting, how to be an effective speaker. I remember bits and pieces of that, but when I want to go back, I can't see it anywhere because it was recorded, but where is it? It is recorded, but it is of no use.
Right.
Sometimes we have some of the best speakers in the club. We have some of the best evaluators here. But if I want to just listen to that evaluation and that speech, I don't have it. But if we have this particular thing in place and we know that we have an amazing speaker and we have an equally amazing evaluator, then we can have that speech as well as that evaluation recorded, and it can be uploaded on YouTube channel as speech titled by so-and-so, evaluated. For example, Cliff is evaluating me. So if this session was recorded, Gayatri talks about Zoom, backend Zoom activities. Cliff evaluates Gayatri on her so-and-so speech. So it's all there on the YouTube channel. You don't need to go anywhere to look for it. Because sometimes we know that, okay, this is the best evaluation I have done. There is no way of going back to it. So this practically records and creates an opportunity for everybody here to start their own podcast. We may not be able to record one speech every day, but we can definitely deliver one speech every week, and that can become your podcast project the moment you complete 60 minutes of recording and uploading. So here is your opportunity. And on that note, I will stop. And for any queries, I will be available even after the meeting. If anybody wants to train for this particular thing, we can do that after the meeting is done. It won't take more than 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.